Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. Oh my goodness. I almost said good morning. I'm not with it yet. So welcome everyone. Hopefully we are live on YouTube. Ron, I see you waiting on YouTube. Will you let us know if we are live? Because obviously we just added YouTube. So hopefully we are. So welcome everybody to the second episode now of Unwrapped, which is the car candy podcast Q&A, whatever we want to just hang out and have fun. So welcome everybody. I hope that my streaming is okay. I just saw myself freeze. So hopefully everybody can hear us and see us. So everybody raise your hands and say hello if you see us on Facebook and YouTube. Yay! That's awesome. All right. We are good. We are. All right. Well, welcome everyone. So wow, it's already been 2 weeks. That was, I'm not sure if it felt like it went by forever or if it went by super fast.
Super fast for me.
Yeah, super fast. So yes, we just got back from San Diego, didn't we? We had a great event. This was kind of our first event that we were solo and, by ourselves on, let's see, I'm going to put up a different comment. We were by ourselves, right? First event. It was super great. So we went to San Diego. We had a meet and greet on Friday night, and then we had a distributor event on Saturday. Both went great. We got to see some old friends, and it was great. How was your flight home, Josh?
It was long, but uneventful.
Yeah?
So, yep.
Good.
Got to catch a couple hours sleep on the plane. So
yeah. I tried. I was basically 1 hour up and down twice.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to sleep, but good afternoon from snowy Massachusetts, Ron. Wow. Still snowy. We definitely had rain, but I'm hoping that we are without snow. How are you on weather? Still snow, no snow?
No snow. We have no more snow, so hopefully it stays that way.
Good. All right. Well, let's get into it. So we just got back. We've been working on, we've been working on all kinds of stuff, products. We've got, basically this month is like the anticipation month for us on releasing Sweet Elite. We've been testing some other products to possibly add to that. And so I don't think that's a secret because that's going to be like kind of a forever thing, right? Like we know we're always going to be behind the scenes testing products and things like that. So we are super excited about that. And then let's see, what else? What else do we have happening? So let's talk about what's coming up real quick. And I'm going to go grab my flyers to show. So our whole crew, Ashley, Megan, and Mike. I'm looking at your face on the other side. Ashley, Megan, and Mike are actually in Hawaii right now. I believe Mike is on a plane, and Ashley and Megan, I believe, got there yesterday. And so they are at IREP in Hawaii, and they have a meet and greet on this Friday, March 5th. So if you happen to be in Hawaii on the islands, definitely go see them. That looks super fun. I'm sure they're going to come back having just an absolutely great time. And then the weekend after that, we've got Mike will be at the Bays Mesa. So in Mesa, which is the Phoenix area of Arizona, doing a meet and greet the next Friday, and then Candy Coat certification, which he's going to have a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then coming up still a little bit forward, I want to mention is that we do have that Iowa detailing and certification class at your place, Josh.
Yep.
And that is going to be April 18th. So spots still available for that. So make sure you log in to register for that if interested. And then remind me, because I don't have the Rupes flyer up here. When is that class? That's in May, correct?
May 14th and 15th.
Yeah. So we'll have that one up in the next couple of weeks, but there is another class coming up at Rupes at the BFA. So that's super fun. All right.
We have our event next weekend in Boise.
Oh gosh, how did I forget about that? You know why? It's because we didn't do a flyer for that one. So yes, so we will, while Mike is in at the Bays Mesa, we will be here in Boise doing another distributor event. So that should be great. This is something that we have wanted to kind of start and get out there doing, working with the distributors, telling them the story of car candy, kind of where we are right now, where we plan to go. So it's been really fun. So we started with our first one, and we're super excited about that. Just helping people know what car candy is and mainly where we're going, right? Because that's the exciting part. So
Yeah.
All right, we have an aloha from the 808. Yes, you guys, you get our crew this week. So exciting. Lots of highs. Good afternoons. Good afternoon, Jeff. Oh, and then look, there's Kelly Menken. She is in Hawaii right now. Kelly, are you going to be able to make it over to the meet and greet? We've been chatting, but we haven't talked about what day she's coming home. So very cool. Well, look at this 0-day detail. Hello, nice people. This is my first car candy podcast. Well, welcome. We are so excited to have you guys here. Super fun. We've got Rod Pusey in the house. Good afternoon, peeps. Gosh, you guys are great on comments.
It was awful,
Bob Cox.
awful cool seeing Jody come down and spend some time with us.
Yes. That was so
better surprises ever.
Yeah, that was so cool. I remember I was in the middle of washing a car with a couple detailers that were there for our early morning meet and greet. And I just remember somebody saying, "Did you know Jody was coming?" And I was like, "No." And then I see him, and it was like such a refreshing friend face. So that was so awesome that he literally jumped on a plane that morning, flew to San Diego from Boise, left his family just to come surprise us, which is so, so amazing. Good afternoon, Frank. Thanks for being here. Mark, looking forward to that in Hawaii. I bet you are. I bet that's going to be so fun. So Car Candy got into IREP. Was it right about SEMA time?
Yeah. Yep. I think it was
and
a little bit before SEMA.
Yeah, right before SEMA, and then they put it in Las Vegas right after in the IREP Las Vegas. And man, really have done really, really well. And I know that, their customers are really loving Car Candy, and it's been a lot of fun to watch, a lot of their detailers sharing their experiences and stuff like that. So super, super fun. All right, before we get into questions, do we want to talk about anything else we've been working on that is not a secret?
What do you got?
Not too much?
No.
So we are, obviously we are shooting for April 1 on the release of Sweet Elite. At our distributor event this weekend, that was just like everybody wants that, right? Everybody got to smell it. We had it live in person with the scents in it. So more people got to smell it, and they were all about it. Everybody is just waiting for it, as are we. And so that we are still shooting for an April 1 release on that. And we are excited about, everything that's to come in that line. So we're super, super excited. All right. So Kay Wood says, greetings from South Dakota. Would it be possible to do a small segment each episode to show and discuss off-label use on the products? Thanks. That is a good idea. We could probably think something up. What was it? I feel like there was something I was just saying that I was using for something that was off-label. Oh, I do know one. So let's just go ahead and do this now. So I will do one. So when we were in San Diego, we were washing, I don't know if you guys know the Race Pumpkin. It's a car owned by one of our distributors, super great friend of the show and great friend of ours. Drove down from the not Sacramento, Bay Area. What am I trying to think of? Anyway.
Santa something.
Why can't I all of a sudden I'm totally pulling a blank. Anyway, Bay Area. He drove down in his Charger, and so we were washing it for him, and he talked to me about putting Chocolate Thunder straight in a foam cannon. Like no dilution, just put it in the foam cannon. And he wanted me to spray the whole front of the car because obviously it had a lot of bugs. So he wanted me to foam it on as a bug remover.
Works great, doesn't it?
Worked fantastic. Yeah, worked fantastic. And I think, I kind of looked at him sideways, like, why would you want me to put this in a foam cannon? Like, I feel like that uses a lot of product. I'm not sure about it because it actually dilutes it like 15-1 when we really do the science on it. But honestly, like it went a long ways. Obviously, I put it on all the wheels and tires, but I did do the entire front end of the car, which made it a safe dilution for paint and to be used on the front of a car. And the bugs came right off almost like very, very effortless. So I would say that's mine for the week is Chocolate Thunder for bugs.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But that's a great that is a great idea, Kay. So we will definitely add that in as we go through the week, and we'll add that in. And awesome, Rod. We will absolutely let you know because we did not make that one public. So I will get you that information, Rod. We would love to have you guys join us here in Boise.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then Tony doing the duty. Happy birthday, Josh. So it was Josh's birthday. For those who don't know, it was his birthday on Sunday, right? We won't ask you how old you turned, but happy late birthday. We are going to be absolutely celebrating with you when you come to Boise. So super excited about that. Kelly says, shoot me the details. I will. Because, I don't know a whole lot about Hawaii, but I literally think they can just hop planes from island to island, like pretty easy. So Kelly, I'm going to get you that because Megan, Ashley, and Mike are all there. So that would be awesome if you're still going to be there. That would be so great. All right. Jeff Converse. Hello, I met you at MTE. I'm waiting for Sweet Elite. Awesome. Man, we could just put this at like the banner of the top of the show. Yep. Everybody is waiting for Sweet Elite. Oh, I can't, I'm just going to start sounding like a broken record right now. I am absolutely dying for the wheel and tire cleaner. Like I cannot wait. I mean, and you would think that my answer would be the rinseless wash because I am like Miss Rinseless Wash. I absolutely love rinseless wash, but I am so stinking excited for that wheel and tire cleaner.
There's some magic that happens with that stuff. It's
crazy. It is so good. So good. Hello, Thomas Oleski. Thanks for joining us. Thomas. Very good. Mike G Detailing. Good afternoon, all. And then our favorite, Jody Cedric. You are, so awesome. Like literally, Jody, that was so cool. Literally, probably one of the highlights of that trip. We did get to see the beach, but you were right there. Yeah. Right there. For those of us that live in cold climates, we got to see the sunshine and the beach and Jody Cedric. Like that was a good trip. Good trip. Oh, Chris Kemp. The snow is not done yet here in Iowa, Josh.
Be quiet, Chris.
You think you'll get more?
We usually do.
Oh, that's a bummer. It is like full on March.
Yeah, it usually hits us with like some big snowstorm in April.
Yeah, I've had that happen. We actually had a snowstorm one time in May. It was like May 9th. Yeah. And we had no idea it was coming. And I had a boat get dropped off for its spring detailing. It was May 9th. It was like Mother's Day weekend. And the boat got dropped off on Sunday night and we woke up to 9 inches.
Holy cow.
So the boat was covered in 9 inches. But what was worse was all the trees had started to grow their leaves already. And so we had trees broken everywhere because they just couldn't handle the weight of snow and leaves. They didn't know what to do. All right, CMA Shine, Iowa. I've been out for the last few days talking with shops and giving out samples to get my distribution side going. That's so exciting. That's so, so good. And look who we have joining us.
Hi,
Miss Megan. Hi.
No. From Hawaii.
There we go. Somehow I lost it. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying Hawaii and I hope we get lots of good pictures. And I hope somebody took Cam with them, right? Like your little Cam guy. Like I hope we get lots of Cam adventures.
I mean, if not, I can hop on a plane and bring him out there to you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Pretty easy. All right. Ron says, FYI, I have a gallon of Chocolate Thunder being delivered as part of my order from Detail Image that is being delivered this afternoon. Oh my gosh. I am pretty sure this is Ron's first experience with car candy. I cannot wait until you get it. But remember, read the directions, Ron. It has to be diluted, but you're going to love it. It's awesome. And if you put it in a foam cannon, it works absolutely awesome. In a foam IK foamer, it works great. Just remember, it's going to be kind of a like chocolate soupy foam.
Like more of a milky consistence.
Yeah. Works really, really good. Well, let us know what you think. All right, Jody. So Sweet Elite is sweet.
That is.
Yes. So Jody, if you can, let us know what your favorite product smell was. That is what I'm interested. Or anybody that went to MTE, let us know which one is your favorite.
I think I'm going to go with the wheel and tire cleaner.
I do love the way that one smells. I obviously love the performance of that one most, but I do really love the smell in the rinseless wash.
Yeah.
Because that one does stick around for a while and it makes my shop smell like that. And I do actually really love that.
I guess maybe it's because I'm just not used to a wheel and tire cleaner smelling good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we were talking with everybody at the event, and I'm not sure there is another wheel and tire cleaner that actually has a scent in it. I think Armor's wheel cleaner might have a little bit of a scent in it and it smells, okay. But this one, it's actually kind of like a little bit of aromatherapy. It's kind of a weird on your senses when you're cleaning wheels, but man, it smells so good. So good. All right, Walter, hello from Vegas.
Hello,
Thanks for
Walter.
tuning in, Walter. Walter got his cam, the Candyman, this week and got some products that I saw he got to wash the Bronco with some car candy. Let us know how that went. Yes, Sunshine Beach and Jody Cedric. What else do you need? What else do you need? All right. Desert Shine Auto Spa. Hey, y'all, I got training with Mike at the Bays Mesa. Can't wait to go deeper into the product line. That's so fun. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that. And man, the Bays Mesa, Josh, you haven't gotten to go there, but he has such a fantastic bay, like all the areas where you wash cars and the training. It's going to be really, really cool. Really cool. All right, Sarah Riles checking in. Not going to lie, I'm jealous that they're in Hawaii. Well, look at where we are. Yeah. They're there and we're here. We did get a little bit of fill of the sunshine, though, I will say. At least we got some vitamin D and we got some, fill of sunshine last weekend. So fair enough. But yes, I'm sure that they're having a great time. And of course, we're going to sit here and be a little bit jealous the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look who we have here, Brian Crosby.
Brian. Thanks for
How's it going, Brian? Thanks for coming. All right. Rod with an off-label use. Chocolate Thunder is my favorite engine bay product. I have heard that as well. I have not tried that yet, but I've heard that as well. So I'm actually going to try that in the same exact way that we did the bugs. I'm going to put it in a foam cannon. So what I thought was cool about the foam cannon was Jason was like, just put it in there and then leave it in there. So like just fill it up and leave it in there. And I mean, you could cap it or just leave it in the foam cannon. So I'm actually going to dedicate a foam cannon to Chocolate Thunder just for, I think the difference is like, we tell people not to leave products in foam cannons because usually it's a soap that you've diluted or something else that you've diluted. But the Chocolate Thunder, you just put in there straight. Yep. So it can just live in the foam cannon. So I'm all about it. All about it. And it was funny. I thought he was crazy when he was saying it. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's actually like such a great idea. All right. CME Shine, Iowa, Mark Hydro X. I don't know what the mark means, but Hydro X. Josh, you got to use this.
Yes. So I had
we
never
should talk
used
about
it
that.
before.
Yeah.
Like Saturday was the first time I used it because I'm not normally a waterless wash kind of guy. So I just I don't want it. This stuff is awesome.
So good, right?
Yeah,
so, and what?
The candy mobile, and it was amazing.
Right. It was so good. And so if you guys missed it on our social media, we also had a special guest with us on Saturday. Her name is Candy. She does a lot of design and, she makes lots of cool stuff. And she's in the car scene in the LA area. And she actually, we met her at SEMA and have kind of kept in touch. And she actually wrapped her car in the Candyland theme,
really
which from the outside, I'm going to be fair and thought that sounds like pure silliness, right? But the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like
really cool.
The pictures do not do it justice. It was so like the attention to detail and where things were placed on that wrap and how well the wrap, like I honestly have never seen a wrap job like that. Yeah. Like I was looking for flaws and there was none. Everything was so perfectly placed and it was so cool. And it did for those in our genre. It kind of took us back to a special place in our childhood. But that car was so cool. And her dad were amazing. Like that was so great to have them with us. So go check out our social media if you didn't already. There's lots of videos and tags with her and stuff. But that car was so cool. Yeah. I mean, so cool. I was so impressed. It was awesome.
Yeah. They even wrapped the underside of the hood.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm trying to scroll back up because I feel like I skipped a message, but maybe I didn't. Okay, here it is. This is the one I didn't want to miss. We just talked about this.
Yeah.
Right? So I almost wonder if he means rinseless wash. So these are terms that get intermixed a lot. So any plans for a waterless wash in the future, we actually have the Hydro X that we just talked about. And this is honestly such a great waterless wash. So I've always been a waterless wash fan, but I think what I love about Hydro X is it actually combines the waterless wash technology with it has SiO2 content in it. Of course, it's a very small amount, but what I love it for is not only does, like when you used it on that wrap, it got it all clean, but then left it a little bit, a little bit shiny, protected, slick. But what I love it for is door jams. So this is all we use in door jams, and I always have. So I do all the door jams with waterless wash, but I love this because it leaves behind a little bit of protection. So the next time I clean them, it's just going to be that much easier to clean. So love Hydro X. So Mark, we do have Hydro X. If you mean rinseless wash, which is the stuff you put in a bucket to wash the car with, that is coming. That's in Sweet Elite. So yes, we do have one coming. It is super different and super awesome. So yes, we are super excited about that. Oh, I get it now. See, I skipped it and I put Mark. That's what he meant. He was responding to Mark. Got it. Okay. I'm with it now. I don't have this blonde hair for nothing. All right. Walter Codicito says, will Chocolate Thunder work miracles on a muddy engine bay?
I believe it will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So Walter, if you have a foam cannon, put some straight in a foam cannon and foam the engine bay, let it sit, use your detail brushes wherever you need, and then rinse it. It works very, very good. But if you don't want to put it in a foam cannon, you can absolutely just dilute it 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 and spray it in and, let it sit for a few minutes. But absolutely it will work. And then Chad letting me know that I don't know how to read. It's great. Awesome. All right. And then Flint says, hello, everyone. Hello. Thanks for joining us. All right. So you guys grab more questions and get them in. But while we are waiting, we are going to do the segment of what is a great tip or trick that you have for a car candy product this week?
Yeah. You want to take this one first? Or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Well, I love myself some graphene carbon coat.
Yeah.
And some ceramic shield, and the sealants are really good.
Mm-hmm.
What I hear a lot, and it's not just car candy sealants, is, it streaks.
Mm-hmm.
My tip is make sure you're using the proper towel. So I like the Korean twist towel.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice twist loop on it.
Yeah. Super absorbent.
Yep. Auto fiber makes that one, and I will guarantee you will not streak with those towels.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love that too. I've used it a lot, especially after my wash clay seal process. I definitely use the graphene carbon coat. I really love it. The only thing that I would be slightly concerned about is if you are out in direct sun, I would work very small areas because it is pretty thick. It's a pretty stout spray-on sealant. Like, I've used a lot of spray-on sealants, and I will say it's one of the heftier ones, in meaning that I believe it has a much higher SiO2 content. And so it is going to have a little bit, it's going to take a little bit more effort to get it off. It's not hard, so don't take that I'm saying it's hard. But if you're working out in the sun, I would do, smaller areas for sure. But indoors, I don't have any problems with it at all. Absolutely love it. And yeah, definitely. I only use spray sealants with the Korean twist loop towels. They're just so good.
Got to make sure you're picking the right towel for the job.
I don't know why.
Yep,
my internet keeps blipping, which is so weird. I guess at least it tells me so that I don't just keep talking, right? All right. So my tip and trick of the week is actually for tropical tread. So I'm always on the quest for, a really good tire dressing. I'm one that will nitpick tire dressings till the cows come home. But I do really like tropical tread. But what I have found is that it's a little bit thick for me. And so I put a pop top on it. So what I did is I diluted mine about 10%. So I'm not good with math. I don't know what that would be 30 to, I don't know.
That much.
Yeah, just, add an ounce to the bottle or whatever. But so I diluted it just a little bit so that it was a little bit not so thick. And then what my favorite way to put it on And I know if anybody goes and Googles this brush, you're going to come back here and tell me I'm insane. And that's fine, but I really love it. So I put it on with the Detail Factory Screwball. So not the curveball, the Screwball, which is the black on black. So the boar's hair brush.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we can use it with the flag tip brush, and that's fine. But that Screwball is just absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and you have a little more control with it.
Yeah, you have a little bit more control. The bristles are a little bit more condensed, and they, are holding on. And so it's just great. Now, again, don't Google the price, just buy one and know that it'll last you for the whole rest of your life. It's really awesome. So yeah, I love that. But I do dilute it a little bit, especially, and to be fair, I think why I need it a little bit thinner is I live in Idaho. Mostly what I do, probably 85% of the vehicles I do are 4-wheel drives with big tires.
Yep.
So if it's on a low profile tire, I wouldn't feel like I needed to dilute it as much, but or worry that it needed just spread further. But I'm doing big tires, Jeeps, trucks, all sorts of stuff. So that's my tip and trick. So the Screwball, my second favorite application, because like I said, if you guys Google this, you're going to think I'm crazy. My second favorite applicator that works just fine is the Auto Fiber, the curved tire applicator. Also works absolutely fantastic. It's got it's kind of almost like that twist loop, but it's real chunky. Yeah. And that's a great applicator too. So I know you guys are going to laugh at me over that Screwball, but trust me, it's great. All right. So Walter, I got a muddy Bronco for Friday's job. That's awesome. You probably have lots of muddy Broncos as friends, I'm going to guess. Yeah, I was just telling somebody this morning, I was like, man, like a year ago, I was at the Mint 400 with Walter, actually. And that was so fun. That was such a different type of event that I had never done before. So if that's this weekend, Walter, have a great time. But that'll be fun. It was so cold, though, last year. Trim has stains of mud also. Do you have any tips for stains on? That's hard. Yeah. Trim with mud stains.
Yeah, I mean, try Chocolate Thunder, see what it does.
Yeah, because I don't know, like sometimes like using like a hot tamale or something, that probably wouldn't necessarily really help those, right? I've always just re-dyed the trim, but yeah. Walter, if you have any of that trim coating we were talking about, maybe try that. Keith Duplessis, what's up, Candy Crew? So good to see you and have the band back together last weekend. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So cool. Another highlight was obviously when we can all get back together and hang out, and we took a great picture, and so fun. We had Prentice, we had Tony, Kyle, Keith. The whole band was there. It was great. Thank you, Keith, for coming out to support us at our event. That was super fun. It was just great. It was such a great weekend. Great weather, great friends. It was awesome. All right. Chad from CME says, Sydney, I was not trying to say you can't read. I was just trying to help. Wink, wink. I know. It's funny. I feel like even though going on in the morning, I should have been more tired and stuff, but I find in the afternoon my thoughts get more confused. Yeah. So
my mind is shutting down for the day.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. All right. Walter says, welcome, Keith. And yeah, it is from Walter. It is the Mint 400 this weekend. That was wild. Totally wild. 0-day detailing. Quick question. I'm on the Car Candy site and I see a few detailing kits. Is there one that a Car Candy noob should try for their first try? What do you think?
I think anything that's got Chocolate Thunder in it.
Yeah. Yep. Chocolate Thunder, Bubblicious.
Yep. Let's see what
let's talk about. Yeah, Ceramic Shield. I don't know what's in them, but while you're looking that up, Josh, I do want to say Bubblicious. This was one that I wasn't sure. Again, like sometimes there's different products in the line that there's been some that I like wasn't sure if I was gonna like, and Bubblicious was kind of one of them. But the funny thing is it comes out like a syrup, right? It's really, really thick, and it takes a minute to mix with the water. But I loved the wash experience. Like it was great. Like in the foam cannon, using it as a contact wash. I really enjoyed the Bubblicious, and I always love hearing what people that are using it, like what their favorite product is, and so many people say Bubblicious, and that kind of threw me for a loop because just looking at it in the bottle, I kind of, what do they say? Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yep.
I kind of judged it by its cover, and I shouldn't have. And so Bubblicious was great. That was super fun.
Yeah, so they've got the complete detailing kit would probably be the one I'd grab. It's got impeccable interior, ceramic shield, cobalt blue,
Okay.
007 clear blue, and chocolate thunder. So it's got all the heavy
Oh,
hitters.
wow. Okay.
And it's
Yeah,
got a bucket.
007's great. Yeah. And it comes with the bucket and everything?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. And then 0-day detailing, I would try that, and then you're going to be ready to come back for Sweet Elite when it's available, which will be super fun. That'll definitely be like the go-to, right?
Yep.
Very cool. Well, that's nice that there's kits and stuff. So that's awesome. Keith DePlessis, we got blown away at the Mint 400. That is no joke. Like I was hanging onto the tent, like literally hanging onto the tent. It was crazy. All right. Jeff says, remove it or eliminator, which is best? So let's talk about the difference between those.
Remove it is an acid-based fallout remover. So it's gonna, it's gonna remove your contaminants on top of the surface, where eliminator is an iron remover. So it's gonna get the embedded iron and stuff out. So to me, it's not a which one, either or. It's more of a which scenario you're in. So I do both.
Yeah. What I'm not familiar with remove it. So is that what kind of like scenario would you use that in? Is it like acid based or?
Yep, it's acid based.
Okay.
Yep. So I mean,
like we'll pre-spray.
We'll pre-spray it.
Okay.
It's a different application. You put it on when the car's wet, and you let it steam well. Works really good. The eliminator, of course, is an iron remover, so it stinks.
Yeah.
But,
I'm still waiting for somebody to make an iron remover that smells good. I don't use any iron removers because it just permeates into my hair and smells so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. All right, 0-day detailing coming back saying thank you. So I think going off of what he said, if we're not looking at kits, what would be some things that we would suggest that people, because we do have a lot of new people to Car Candy. We've been having all the buzz and everybody's starting to talk about it. So if you were a brand new detailer, what would be maybe like your top 5 products that you would tell people to try right now?
So for me, it'd be probably number 1 would be ceramic shield, just because it's, it checks all the boxes on so many different things. You can clean glass with it, chrome, paint, it leaves behind some ceramic protection. And it's super easy to use. I'd probably, after that, chocolate thunder. It's versatile. You can use it for a whole bunch of different things. Soap wise, I prefer Destroyer, just because the climate I'm in is a lot like you. We get dirty vehicles. But if I don't need a high pH soap, I'd probably go with Candy Coat Revive. It's a nice pH neutral soap. Then I have to have 007. It's my jam. I love it. And then after that, I'd probably get some Hydro X.
Nice. Yeah. So mine would be, to kind of cover the bases, I would definitely do Chocolate Thunder. I would probably do, that's going to be tough between Destroyer and Bubblicious, because I did get to use Destroyer, loved that. I think just because of the time of year for me, I'd have to say Destroyer. And then for me, it's going to be the Eradicator. I'm a huge fan of Eradicator. So that's like the spot and stain remover for carpets. So that's like an interior cleaner. And then I do love 007. I would probably say 007 too. Like I'm trying to think of things that are different than what else they may already have. So I would go with that one. And then I would probably have to go with Hydro X as well. I really love Hydro X. That's a great product.
Yeah.
Just because, again, you can kind of do different, like I even used Hydro-X to like clean up shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
Worked great. And then, you're like leaving behind a little bit of protection. So super great. All right, let's go back here. So going back to the remove it, can you use it to remove water spots?
Light water spotting, probably. We have a water spot remover for water spots. So, I mean, that's kind of what I would always recommend is use what product we have for the
right, because remove it's probably on the weaker acid side, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, and then now Jeff has a quick question. So if I use Revive, does it have lubrication to use with a synthetic clay towel?
Yeah. Yep. It's a good lubricating soap.
Yeah, totally. And I think that this is one of those things that is definitely, what would you call that? Like, not taboo in the industry, but there's people that say you shouldn't use a synthetic clay towel as part of your contact wash. I do it all the time. I think it works great. I think we always have to be conscious of what we're doing. We're not all working on museum quality Porsches. I think that would I do it on that? Probably not. But we're talking like 99.9% of the cars I work on are daily drivers that have scratches all over them anyway. So, I mean, the most important thing for me is getting it, decontaminated, protected, all that kind of stuff. So absolutely Revive has enough lubrication. I mean, any soap does. And synthetic clay really doesn't cause any damage unless you're using it incorrectly. So, I mean, I've used it with soap a lot and they work great. Absolutely awesome. Let's see here. Okay. Jeff says, I heard Mike talk about restoring a coating by I want to do it without wheel brake. Okay. This is another one of those controversial topics.
Yeah.
So what he's talking about here is he's using an acid to restore a coating. So does this work? Yes. However, it's probably going to scare you. I only use acid when I really, really need it. So I'm with you on the I want to do it, but without wheel brake. Totally with you there. Now, the one thing to remember that does not get talked about is there's a lot of people out there right now saying that to use acid to clear a coating. That is true, but you need to keep in mind that it is going to shock the surface of that coating. And when you go to rinse it off, you're going to think you just ruined your coating. It is going to be flat as can be. There's going to be zero water behavior. It is adding a little bit of stress on that coating. And the coating's going to take a couple hours to revive. So keep that in mind. Personally, not a fan of using a heavy acid, and wheel bright is probably a very heavy acid. I'm not as much of a fan of that unless I absolutely need to do it. I prefer more, a little bit not so extra measures unless you need it. And then just keep in mind you are shocking the coating for several hours. So don't let that scare you. It's not going to remove it. Nothing chemical can remove a coating, but it does affect the surface and the layer of hydrophobics.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So when I have done that, I have had to go back with a ceramic type sealant, like the graphene carbon coat would be great. But just keep that in mind that if it's not necessary, honestly, restoring a coating, I do it on almost every single customer's car with, an oxalic acid or something real light, probably the Restore It would probably be just fine. And then I do my washed clay seal, which I'm using a clay and a sealant. And that way I'm immediately reviving that coating, because what most of us and our customers think of as reviving a coating is solely based on the water behavior. Even though we know that that's not true, that's how people judge a coating. So I like to not be too over harsh on the coatings. All right, Chad, the Eradicator is the real deal.
It is.
I love Eradicator. It smells good. It works so good. And, I have to be honest, I like Eradicator in my house more than I use it on cars. I mean, it works great in the cars, but I have gone through a couple bottles just in my house. I have 3 animals, and they don't have potty problems, but they have food problems.
Yeah.
They like to think that they're starving, and so they stuff themselves to death. I don't know what their deal is, but man, that stuff works so good. So good. I love it. Okay, this is a great question. Mark the car washer says, can you wash a lightly dirty car with Hydro X?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would wash, well, lightly dirty by my standards. Yes.
Yeah. I think it probably really matters on what lightly dirty, but Candy's car
Yeah.
was, she drove from LA, she drove 3 hours. She definitely had a layer. I mean, your towel was very dirty. Now, if it was lightly dirty, this was a wrap, so a little bit different. We used 1 or 2 towels. If you're doing a painted car, not a wrap, I would have a new towel for every panel.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could. I mean, if it had been 2 days and it wasn't that dirty, just kind of some dust and road dirt, but nothing stuck to it really, you could absolutely do it. I would just have a towel for every panel or two and do all your flips and that. But Candy's car was pretty dirty. You had a lot of stuff on your towel. It was pretty safe because again, it's a wrap. There was nothing we could do to hurt it, but we got a lot of stuff off that car. You did. I didn't. I watched. I love this question. Sarah Ryle says, I'm looking at Interior Magic Plus. Does it do a good job on a lot of dust on panels and vents? I get a lot in the farm trucks.
Yes, it will do a very good job with that. It's pretty highly dilutable, so it's like 10-to-1. I will tell you, Sarah, though, because you're in the same area I am. If you get super, super dirty vehicles, we have a product called Citra Solve, which is a solvent-based interior cleaner, and it works incredibly well on your trashed out vehicles. And for those that get blue jean stains on leather, it works really good on taking those off too.
Ooh, that's a good note. I get asked that question all the time. That's awesome. I need to get some of that. Sarah, the other thing that I want you to look into for that is, because we just saw them this week, is Autofiber has these new things called detail sticks.
Yeah.
And they're like thin printed detail sticks, but they have a bunch of covers that have, anywhere from microfiber to a scrubbing material to a dusting material. You would love those for those farm trucks. Because you could just spray that cleaner on there and, jam them in there. It would be great. So see if you can get your hands on some. And if you can't, send me a message and I'll see if I can't get Kyle to send you some, because those are they were really cool. I got to see them a little bit at MTE, but I didn't really look at them until we were there this weekend, and super, super awesome. All right. Guard Auto Detailing says, have you encountered issues with detailing high-end cars where the battery dies? Any advice?
Well, I mean, yes, on Bentleys and stuff like that, you leave the doors open for a long time, the batteries will die. My advice is use a battery tender or disconnect the battery. I wouldn't disconnect the battery unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But, everybody should have a battery tender if you detail cars.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. I have a battery tender. I forget to use it all the time. I'm laughing at myself because I haven't had any issue with high-end cars, but I kill people's car batteries all the time. So not necessarily high end, but I do have a customer that went to another shop with a Porsche GT3 RS, and they killed his battery and it ruined it. So I think the battery tender, especially on those cars, I would just, without question, if you're going to have the doors open for more than an hour, I would just hook them up to the battery tender. You can't go wrong. Then nothing can go wrong, because those cars have so much intelligence now that they just tend to draw a lot of power. And I know even on my own car, I've got several things hooked up that are running power even while the car's off. I've got lots of locators and dash cams and things like that are running all the time, kind of monitoring the car. So I would for sure hook those up to a battery tender. Yeah, for sure. All right, Jeff, what do you think of Car Candy's Leather Refresh?
It's a pretty good leather conditioner. Add some nice, moisture back into dried leather, and helps protect new leather.
Yeah.
I like it.
I still need to try that one. I've never, and this is like totally a personal thing. I've never been on the train of a cream-based leather conditioner. And that really goes back to like my diva detailing and being lazy. Um, I just, yeah, I'm just weird about it. So I need to try it. It looks interesting, but I just haven't tried it yet. Oh my goodness, Joey Blinsky. I have to figure out what is beeping behind me. That was so weird. I don't know where that beeping was coming from.
Hi, Joey.
Joey, sorry I'm late. What I missed? You missed everything. You missed our stories of going to San Diego and the beach and Jody Cedric surprising us. It was great. I get to see Joey in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited about that. Really excited about that. All right, Sarah Riles. I was also looking at the Citrusolve. I will make sure I get that and look into the detail sticks. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully you can get some. Let me know if you can't, and I will see if I can't get some sent out to you, because I think that would be definitely what you need. Definitely what you need. All right, Guard Auto Detailing says, thank you. You guys are the best. Well, we're trying. We're trying. We are trying. Yeah. So we have 15 minutes left. If you guys have any questions, make sure you get them in. So let's talk about like kind of our training plan then for this year. You know, I know that's something that is like near and dear to both of our hearts. And, you know, what are we planning for this year on the training front?
I think, you know, once we start getting some more distributors. Hello?
Now your internet's funny.
Am I back?
We see you. Yeah, you're back.
All right.
You're a little fuzzy, but that's okay.
I think we're going to just try and support our distributors a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we're going to do one down in Missouri at My Detail Supply, probably end of April, early May.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some going out in Salt Lake City and in California. And Mike's always all over the place doing stuff. So.
Yep. Yeah. So speaking of which, here's a good place to go to find our trainings is always obviously the Car Candy website, which is carcandy.com. There is a training tab, super easy to see, super easy to navigate. The other thing is on all of our social medias, especially Instagram, we have a link tree right in our bio. So there's a button that says link tree, and this is going to have all the upcoming events, links to all of our social media channels, all the information there. And it's going to, you know, be really great and super easy way to find, you know, something quickly. But I would say probably the link tree is probably better than the website, because the only thing you're going to find on the website is classes that we're charging for through Car Candy. So all of the distributor trainings and things like that are going to be on the link tree. So I actually think that, you know, probably go to Instagram and check our bio for the link tree. That will definitely have all of the newest and latest trainings, but we will be all over the place this year. So Frank says, any training in the Pittsburgh area?
We don't have anything planned right this minute, but that can change real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We are working on getting distributors all over the place. So as they come in, we'll make sure we start doing, you know, like I know, Mike's been doing lots of meet and greets along with the trainings, because it really is like a lot of these are, you know, brand new distributors, brand new areas. And, you know, they've been going really, really well. So it's great. It's awesome. 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 My 3D printer behind me is making crazy noises. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm printing with wood. I'm printing with wood for the first time. So
really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like overheating and saying like, it seems like it's doing fine, but yeah. Kind of funny. So let's see what else. So what else do we have? I know we have other stuff coming up that we are obviously working on stuff for SEMA. I mean, we start planning SEMA like, you know, probably pretty soon. As I feel like we get done with MTE and then start planning SEMA. So, oh geez, I got all kinds of stuff talking to me here. So what are we like now? We're only just a little over 6 months out from SEMA. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we've got lots coming up over the next couple months for sure. So you'll just have to kind of stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that.
And a lot of product development. we got a long list of stuff we want to do. And so if Megan, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but you're going to get tired of it quick.
Too funny. Too funny. All right. Well, we are out of questions for the day. So, here's one quick note. I was going to say we can definitely wrap up early. We're just a few minutes early. Okay, guard auto detailing. Quick note, Sydney and Josh. I have a client who chews tobacco and there's stains in the center console. What's the best way to remove them? APC has not worked.
I would maybe give Citrusol a try, some kind of solvent-based cleaner.
Yeah.
That might be your best bet.
Yeah. Do you think it's like from the tobacco sitting there stains, or is it?
I'm guessing it's probably the tobacco soaking into the vinyl or whatever it is.
That could be tough just because that could be tough, but I would try the Citrusol. I mean, if that doesn't get it, I'm not sure what will. Those kind of stains that turn brown or orange, those are hard to remove. Really, really hard. I would try Citrusol. I would also try some steam, see if maybe heating up those pores on the plastic. Having a moment here. I just broke a bracelet. See if heating up those pores helps release some of those stains. But yeah. The other thing, though, that I have found, kind of going back to dressings and stuff, though, is I have found letting dressings sit on those stains. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just coat them in dressing and then walk away for 30 minutes. And when you go back, it's almost like they clean easier. So when I have plastics that are really, really stained, I soak them in silicone and I let them sit for a few minutes and then I go back and, try to hit them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, stains are rough. All right, y'all. Well, that is our episode for today. Make sure you watch us on social media. We've got, we always have lots of new upcoming events and things we're working on and fun stuff. The one thing we didn't mention was Cam's Corner on Facebook. Make sure that if you are not already in there to join that. I do have a list of some upcoming contests, events, ways that you can win some car candy. So make sure you follow us there and join that. That group has definitely been picking up, questions getting asked. And obviously we do the show every 2 weeks. And so in between, there's definitely opportunity to get questions asked there. If you have any 911, what do I do about this? We're always there to help, as is, all the members of Cam's crew. So make sure you join that if you haven't already. And then we will be back in 2 weeks for the next episode. So if you have any questions, if you watch this later on either platform and you had a question and you know that you can't join us live, you can always send it to one of our social media platforms and we will add it to the show for next time. But thank you, Josh, for being here. Thanks for having Cam here. I have my Cam, but I don't have anything to put him up on like you do. So cute. So Cam the Candyman. We had a couple more people get one this week. So, all right. Well, that is everything, unless we have anything else to talk about. But I think we covered all the events. Kelly, Kelly, if you're still listening, we'll get you the location of the Hawaii event for Friday. And you guys have a great weekend.